You guys, welcome back to my channel. We have the Orchid Unite collection from Colourpop, and I just wanted to get into it because I was pleasantly surprised. As you can see, I used a lot of the products today, and if you're a purple lover, stay tuned. So this is the card that it comes with. It says Orchid Unite, and it says lilacs, violets, and orchids are in full bloom in this high pigmented 9-pan palette. Features a range of soft and silky purples in matte and metallic finishes. Now, let me tell you something about these purples. I thought it was going to be like a grungy palette, and for some people this might be grungy, I don't know, but I thought it was just going to be grungy and very one tone. Girl, this is really what I envision when I think of orchids, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but on camera it might give off a lot of red undertone, but what I got from this is a nice deep, real, true purple tone from the palette. And it's different from the wine collection. If you guys remember that one, it's different in that that one is very red and this one gives off very purple. Purple again is red based, if you know your colors, but there is a particular purple, and I actually want you to look at this color right here. The color is called Buddies, and that color kind of gives you that real true kind of 50-50 blend between the blue and the red in the purple. So it's definitely going to give you a whole different vibe from that wine collection, which is more red based. And this one, I would say it's not just berry tone, so it pulls off berry, but it does give you a very natural purple that you find in nature, in flowers, in orchids. So I was very happy and very surprised by that. The collection also has color sticks, and it says perfect your look with new shades of our creamy color sticks in mauve, orchid, and deep plum. Instantly apply creamy high impact and long wearing color in one swipe. So normally when there's a super shock or there's a color stick, I'm like, oh, you're just gonna give us the same colors but in different forms. Not this time, and this is why I'm really enjoying this collection and why I'm so all over the place and excited. The color sticks, let me just get them for you. So these are your color sticks, and as you can tell, I've used them for the look I have on now. But these color sticks are awesome because they are similar to some of the shades. Of course, it's in the same kind of tone or shade range, but they're awesome as bases, and that's how I used them today, and it really does amplify the color that you put on top of it. And if you would like to wear them alone, they do dry down. The time for dry down for these, which I found from my earlier videos, is helpful information for you guys. The dry down is actually not that fast, so you do have time to blend the actual color stick, and I appreciate that a lot. These purple ones, because I happen to be a purple fan, and a lot of my go-tos, like if I have 10 minutes to do my makeup, I'll do some sort of purple underneath the lash line and a liner, and I'm out the door. It's normally always purple. Obsessed. Because of that, I love purple. These will probably run out for me, and that has never happened to me with a color stick, but after using them today, I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen. One of them is completely matte, so the darker one is completely matte. That's gonna help you for when you want to put down a dark color to make a nice smoky look, or you want to use it for liner, or you want to use it just to deepen a look. That's gonna be awesome. There's one in here that's kind of like the mid-tone between the three, and it has glitters in it. Now this one, let's see if we kind of get some of those glitters on camera. That one, I would say it's really awesome underneath the lash line, because whatever color you put on top of it is gonna get that extra pizzazz from the glitter. And it's not rough glitter in my experience. If you can see a little bit on there, it's not rough, so it's definitely gonna sit nicely under your eye and with the cream base. And then finally, the lighter one of the three can be a lighter base for when you're doing purple and you want to put that all over the eye, or it can be used on its own. So again, the color sticks are a win in my opinion, and I don't always say that. I know in a previous video for a previous collection, I said you can either skip these, or if you like lining your eyes, buy them. This time, if you're a purple fan, if you like using color sticks or some kind of base for your eyeshadow, definite go. Also happens to have two blushes, and I'm really excited about these, mainly because they do have a more purpley tone to them. So it's not your usual coral or very warm toned blush. And the deeper one is the one that I used today, and it's my favorite. It's very fall into winter, and for people with darker skin tones, you're gonna love it. People with a lighter skin tone, I would say mix this one with the second one, and I'll show it to you in a second. But this one, it's called Potted. So the name's in the back. It's called Potted, and it's an awesome, awesome berry tone, a classic. So if you have 3 different blushes in your collection, it should be a corally tone, it should be a nice berry tone, and then you should get one that's more kind of like a bronzy tone that can be used in the summer. My opinion. Lessons with Jenny. All right, so the second one is this one, and it's on camera. You can see it's very light. I can still kind of get away with it if I wore it, but it's not going to work for deeper skin tones. This one is called Just My Pluck, and I would say that if you are a lighter skin tone person and you would like to get a deeper tone but don't necessarily want to go that deep, mix both of them and you'll get the same kind of look that I have today. This one, again, very purple, cool tone, awesome for fall. Next up is the Soul Body Shimmer. It's a shimmering body powder. And as you can see, this thing is huge. It's an awesome big mirror for you to carry around for reapplying and retouching your makeup in general. So I love these, and it's my first one. I will say it's a wonderful sheen on the skin. It does look a little scary and kind of pink, but it does shift to gold, kind of like a rose gold. I would say try it out even if you're lighter skin tone, because it'll give you a lovely kind of sheen topper to whatever pinky or berry color blush that you might have on. So it's worth the try. Deeper skin tones, ooh, you can go crazy with this. You can use it without having to top it on top of anything. It won't look stark or anything like that. And here's a little example. It's a beautiful sheen, and I feel like it's interesting enough. So it does give you a little bit of pink. It gives you a little bit of gold. But it definitely gives you a little bit more than just your common gold that you use in the summertime and that kind of thing. So definitely really happy with this one. And I would love to try the other ones. It's my first one. The texture on it, it's very much like your Super Shock shadows. So if you have any Super Shock cheeks, very similar. It's a dream on the skin. You can pat it. You can use a brush. It's a very easy product to use. So I can't not recommend it. I recommend it, if that makes any sense. And finally, the Lippy sticks. Now, I was happy that these are Lippy sticks and not glosses. Mainly because, you know, we're using masks right now, and it's very helpful to have a product that's not as slippy. What I will say from these is that they are different finishes. I don't know if it says that on the box, but I found that this deeper one is more matte. It's more matte in consistency, and then this lighter one has more give. It's a little bit more slidey. They layer on top of each other really well. So I used this one today, the kind of mid-tone one. They normally have a light one, a mid-tone, and a deeper one. I mixed this mid-tone with the lighter one, and it worked well, the different finishes. And it also gives you a nice, again, berry cool, but not too cool toned lip for the fall. They're not patchy at all, which I love and enjoy. which is always the case with these type of products, the Lippy sticks. And they are colors that I don't have in my collection right now. I have mostly the warm tones of these. So it's nice that I have these. They do transfer like any other lipstick. It's not a liquid lip. But I will say the drier formula, so like the matte, I call it a matte. I don't know if it's a matte. It might be. This one doesn't transfer as much. So the drier the formula, the less transfer. If your mask isn't necessarily rubbing on your lips all that much, or you have some separation, you can get away with it. I've also noticed that these have a longer shelf life. So some of my lipsticks, you can tell by smell and consistency, some of my liquid lipsticks, they'll be done in a year. Or even less than that sometimes. And that really depends on how much you use them, the product itself, etc. But these tend to last longer and stay fresher. So what are my overall thoughts on the Orchid You Not collection? I think this one is going to surprise you guys a lot more in person, or if you see looks that different influencers and different beauty folks have done, you will be very happily surprised by it. I felt like maybe because I had the other 9 pans that were purple, that I had all the purples. But in fact, this one will give you a different vibe. And what I mean by that is that if you want a purple that's not necessarily sort of very stark and very colorful and very rainbowy kind of purple, you don't want something that is too pastel. You want something that's just sort of more, I don't want to say mature, but sometimes when we talk about makeup, that's how it's phrased, where it's more mature, it looks more professional. Whatever the case, you can still bump it up as you have right here, but I feel like these are more sort of your fall. You can't mess up with these kind of purples. You really can't. And whether it is you use any one of these colors as a lower lash color or just an eyeliner or a full look, it works. It doesn't look so out of place on your face. If, say, you want to do a look without foundation, hey, I've done it. Or you want to do a look that only takes you 5 minutes. These are the kind of purples that if you love purple on your skin, but you don't want to go too nutty with it, they're definitely going to work. If you're my skin tone, you can see how they work in the tutorial coming up. And all in all, the other products in the collection complement the palette very well. So I would say if you're the kind of person that you might have lippies that are very similar, but you want this color story and you want sort of something to bump it up when you want to bump it up, definitely get the palette and the shadow sticks. Those are my absolute favorite. The entire collection is my favorite, so I would buy the entire collection. But if you are the kind of person that wants to just focus on your eyes, this and the shadow sticks will not steer you wrong. They're probably my second favorite collection of the year so far from Colourpop. And I only say second because I've been using that Tinkerbell collection a lot lately, and I have to say it's probably my favorite right now. But as we're moving into fall, this is kind of taking its place. It's lovely. I see so many different possibilities with this palette, and I can go on and on and on about it. So that should tell you something. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and let me know, are you gonna get anything from this collection? Are you gonna wait for a sale? I feel like this is very much up my alley. It can be grunge, but then it can also be very elegant. And that's the versatility that I like seeing in color stories and in color palettes, especially a monochrome one. This one definitely exceeds a lot of the others. That's my pup. All right, you guys, that means I gotta go. Thank you so much for watching this video, and of course, subscribe. I love your face. See you guys soon. Subscribe, follow me on Instagram. Let's get to talking about beauty.